everyone. Myself Srivali, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Cybersecurity and Data Science in MLR Institute of Technology. Today, I am going to discuss about elementary combinatorics. So today we are going to discuss about what is meant by elementary combinatorics. First of all, we are going to discuss what is meant by combinatorics and what are the basic counting techniques and also the techniques which we have like sum rule and product rule we are going to discuss. So first of all, let us discuss about what is elementary combinatorics. So elementary combinatorics is the fundamental area of mathematics. So which is focused only on counting and also arrangement. So like how you will be counting. So whether it is sum rule or product rule or whether it is anything, whatever you are going to count it. So how you are going to count it and how you are going to arrange it. So that is like elementary combinatorics. So here we have the basic questions. It answers the questions like how many ways can I arrange these objects? So here, how many ways can I arrange these objects means nothing but what here? Here we are going to count the number of objects in which we can arrange it in a different manners. So in the same way, in how many ways can I choose a group? So let us suppose we have multiple students are there. So I want to group it. In how many ways can I group it? So we'll have different types of arrangements we can do it. So where one student can be grouped in one group, another student can be grouped in another groups also. So here, what is the total number of possible outcomes? So after this, what are the possible outcomes? If you pair it, what are the possible outcomes you are going to get it? So that is also one counting and also it leads to arrangement. So it is widely used in basically this counting concept, basic counting or elementary combinatorics. So will be used in probability and also computer science, statistics part. Even in the statistics also we'll have like a mean, median and also mode. So there also we will be using this combinatorics and also logical part and many problem solving areas means whichever the problem solving problems you are going to do it. So in everything you will be using the counting concepts. So what are the applications of this combinatorics? So calculating the lottery odds. So here this is one of the main example we can say that it is one of the application of the combinatorics and also you can analyze the card games. So we'll have the cards like poker, hands, etc. So even the cards, hands-on session cards also will have and even designing the passwords or pins. So if you want to design the passwords, we'll be using this combinatory concept and even for scheduling and timetabling problems and even DNA sequencing in biology, in hospitals or even in health sectors, we will be using this DNA. So even for this purpose also, we will be using combinatorics and also analyzing the algorithms in computer science. So even for the analyzation of the computers, algorithms also will be using, in CSC, will be using this combinatorics. So now coming to the concept here, basics of counting. So what is meant by counting here? So counting is nothing but generally what? Finding the number of objects. So that can be done along with the concepts like sum rule and product rule. So counting method, it helps us to determine how many ways something can happen without listing all possibilities. Means instead of counting all the possibilities, so we'll be writing only like how many ways are possible for this. So the two basic counting principles, or we can also say that the basic building blocks of the counting principles are sum rule and also called product rule. So here the other name for sum rule is disjunctive rule and the other name for product rule is sequential rule. So we can say that these are the basic building blocks in the basic counting techniques. So first of all, let us discuss about what is meant by sum rule and also we'll discuss few problems based on this sum rule, like how to identify that this comes under this problem, particular problem will comes under sum rule. So first one, sum rule. So if E1 and E2, so what are this E1 and E2? So let us suppose I can call it as E1, E2 are events, that specific situation. So here if E1 and E2 so on up to En are mutually exclusive events and E1 can happen in E1 ways and E2 can happen in E2 ways. So if one particular event is happening in E1 ways and another particular event can happen in E2 ways, like that so on, En can happen in En ways, small En ways. So then E1 or E2 or E3 or so on En can happen in E1 plus E2 plus so on En ways. So If we understand this one, we cannot understand properly here. If we take one example, then only we can understand here. So let us suppose here we have another definition also to understand this, the definition of the sum rule. So if an event occur in m ways and another event is occurring in n ways. So let us suppose one specific, one particular event is happening in one way, that is called, let us suppose I am denoting with m way, and another particular event can happen in n ways. So, and if two events can't occur simultaneously, yes, obviously, if you are going to select only m way, it will happen in that way. If you are going to select only n way, it can happen in that way. Means altogether, both cannot happen in simultaneously. Here, either m or n can happen. So, if two events can't occur simultaneously, then one of two events can occur in m plus n ways. So, let us suppose if two friends are there. So here I am giving chance for them, only one should go to the movie. So if I am asking only one person has to go, means I am giving some specific condition that, so if both friends are there, so either only first person or second person has to go to the movie. So if I give the chance like that, only one can happen, means two can't go simultaneously as per my condition, as per my restriction. So that obviously one can go to the movie, but is having here two chances I have, but only one can go to the movie. So in the same way, two events are there, but only one event can occur here. So two events can't occur simultaneously, then that is nothing but, so here we have the chances like m plus n ways. How many ways are there here? M plus n ways. Means 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 ways we have. So either first person can go to the movie or second person can go to the movie. So that is nothing but we have two ways, but only one has to go to the movie. Means two ways can't occur simultaneously. These two events can't occur simultaneously. So this is nothing but sum rule here. So let us see a few examples based on this sum rule. So first example. So a person can choose a red shirt, and he can also choose blue shirt. So here, if a person can choose a red shirt, he has three options. In red shirt also he has three options. Or if a person is choosing a blue shirt, for blue shirt also he has two options. So altogether, how many options he is having is, so total 3 here plus 2 is equal to total 5 options he is having. Means he can choose either a red shirt, even in the red shirt also he has 3 options, and he can choose or a blue shirt also, and even for blue shirt also he has 2 options. So altogether total how many options we have is 3 plus 2 is equal to total 5 options he is having. So means here altogether 2 shirts can't occur simultaneously. So here either a red shirt he has to select or blue shirt he has to select. But how many chances he is having is, so red shirt and blue shirt, and even in the red shirt also 3 options and blue shirt also 2 options. So altogether he is having total 5 options to select the shirt. So next we have the very first example. So let us suppose we have a few questions also. So by understanding the question, let us check what is the answer for the particular questions. First one, a man can spend his evening in one of the following ways. A particular person, a man, he wants to spend his evening. So in how many ways, what are the ways here is, he can do shopping, or he can go to cinema hall, or he can go to restaurant. Means if a person wants to spend his evening, he is having some particular ways, chances, and those are either he can go to the shopping or restaurant, or even he can go to cinema hall. Means how many chances he is having here? Here the question is, how many shopping complexes he is having again? Means how many chances to go to in the shopping complexes? So here 6 shopping complexes are there. And how many cinema halls are there? Total altogether 8 cinema halls, and even 9 restaurants we have here. So how many different ways he can spend his evening? So obviously here actually he wants to spend his evening, either he can go to by going to cinema hall or a restaurant, or even here shopping also. But even will not have only one shopping or only one cinema hall or only one restaurant. We'll have many restaurants or cinema halls or shopping complexes. So how many we have here is, he is having 6 chances, like 6 shopping complexes he is having, and he is having like 8 cinema halls he is having, and 9 restaurants he is having. So altogether he is asking The question is how many different ways he can spend his evening. So if you observe here, so if you want to arrange here, so one shopping complex, one cinema hall, and one restaurant. Or if he want to spend his evening, only he can spend with shopping complexes also. But chances are more here, and the chances are, so a man can spend his evening in how many ways are 6 plus 8 plus 9. So this 6 is shopping complexes, 8 is cinema halls, 9 is restaurants. So all together here, so 9 plus 6, 15, 15 plus 8 is 23. So altogether a man can spend his evening in how many ways? 23 ways. So this is the answer for this. The question is very lengthy, but it is very easy to understand and answer will be very simple here. So only the thing is here. So how we can say that we are adding here? So sum rule, it's nothing but adding. But why we are choosing only adding? Why can't the other question like product rule is? So what is the sum rule? What is the definition of the sum rule is all the events can't occur simultaneously. See, this is 6 shopping complexes is one event, and next cinema halls is next event, and the restaurants are other event. So as per the sum rule here, all the events can't occur simultaneously. Why? Because the question here is or we have. So whenever in the question we have mentioned or is nothing but either he can go for shopping or cinema hall or restaurant here. So means here or means you have to add it. He have the total 23 ways, but either he can go to shopping or restaurant or cinema hall. So next we have here second question. If there are 9 boys and 10 girls in a class, in how many ways one student can be selected as a CR? So here, so altogether in a class we have 9 boys and 10 girls. So here, if you observe here in a class, total strength is here 19. So in how many ways one student? So our aim is to select only one student as a CR. Okay, that student can be either from the boy or girl. So it is not mandatory that we don't have any restriction that that person who has selected as a CR only from the boys or only from the girls. So the question is, this one student can be selected as a CR, that student can be either from boys or girls. So that's why 10 plus 9 is equal to total 19 ways we have here. 9 plus 10 is equal to total 19 ways one student can be selected as a CR here. Let us suppose if I ask the question here, how many ways one student can be selected as a girl CR? For example, if I ask a question like this, girl CR, so obviously we do not require any nine boy students also. So only if I want to select only one student as a CR, girl CR, then obviously I'll have 10 ways. So let us suppose in the same way vice versa, if I want only boy CR here, then what I'll do here, so I have to select only that student should be a boy student as a CR. So 9 ways I'll have. So like this here, you can use the sum rule. And we have another question also, like how many ways can we draw a club or a diamond from a pack of cards? So here I want to draw a club. So obviously we know that we have pack of cards like 52. And out of that 52 we'll have club, spade, diamond, heart, everything. So here we want to draw only a club or a diamond. So it's not like and. And means you have to both. You have to select both. But here we have or means either a club card or a diamond card from a pack of cards. But here I want to draw only here either I want to draw a club or a diamond. So that means club, how many cards we have again? 13. Plus again diamond, how many cards we have here? 13. So 13 plus 13 is equal to total 26 chances we have. 26 ways we can draw a pack of cards that is either a club or a diamond. So next we have the question here. If two distinguishable dice are rolled, so then how many ways can we get a sum of 4 or 8? So here, and we have another question also, how many ways we get an even sum? So what is the question here is, so here two distinguishable dice means, for example, let us suppose here I have one die. So this is die 1. Okay, so we can say dice. Okay, and this is another one. Dice 1, dice 2. Okay, so now these are indistinguishable. So distinguishable means what? This I have to distinguish these two. So how I can distinguish these two based on color? Let us suppose this is called green color and this is called a red color. So that I can able to distinguish both the cards. This one is red and this one is green, like that. Now, so if at a time both the dice are rolled here, then it is asking the question, first one, how many ways can we get a sum of 4 or 8? So let us suppose here, first chance is like if it is sum of 4 or 8 only. So if I go for 1, obviously second one has to be 3. So that is nothing but 1 comma 3 can be a sum of 4. And even if it is first one is 3 and the second one can be 1. So then I can take 3 comma 1 is also. So this is like 4 ways. So in the same way, let us suppose here 2 comma 2. So we'll have only 2 comma 2 one time. So here 2 comma 2. This is also 4 ways you'll get. So next 1 5 will not get, 1 6 will not get. Why? Because so 1 3 3 1 only. 1 2 means again you'll get 3. So total how many ways to get a sum of 4? 3 ways. So to sum 4. In the same way, if I want to get a sum of 8. So sum of 8 means what here? So let us suppose here. First one is 3 and the next one is what? Obviously 5 to get a sum of 8. So 3 5. Next 5 3. So obviously you'll get here 5 3. So if you go for 2, so you'll get 6. If it is 6, if it is 2. Now here you have 2 comma 6, 6 comma 2. And obviously you'll have 4 and 4 also. 4 4. So you'll have 4 comma 4 ways also. So and after that if you go 4 5, so will not get 4 5 9 you'll get. So I want only to get a sum of 8. So how many ways we have here to get a sum of 8? 5 ways. So altogether how many ways we have? 8 ways to get sum of 4 or 8. Total 8 ways we have. So this is only first question. So here how many ways can we get a sum of 4 or 8 is total 8 ways we have. In the same way, B bit here, how many ways we get an even sum? So here obviously even sum means what here? Not only 4 and 8. So if you go for 2 is also even sum, and so 4 is also an even sum, 6 is also even sum, 8 is also done even sum, and 10 and 12. And the maximum chances are up to we have only 12. Why? Because if you go for 14, obviously first one should be 4, second one should be 5, 10, or 10, 4. So or otherwise 7 and 7, but the maximum dice are up to only 6. How can you go for 7 and 7? So we cannot take 14 also even sum, up to only from 2 to 12. Now let us check here. So for the second B bit, 2 distinguishable dice. So let us suppose this is green color, this is red color. So this is dice 1, dice 2. Now how many ways can we get an even sum? So first one is here sum 2. So to get a sum 2, obviously you should have 1 comma 1 only. Other than that we don't have anything here. And next sum 4. So for sum 4 you'll have 1 comma 3, 3 comma 1. This is sum 4. And even you have 2 comma 2 also. So I think this is only 2 comma 2. We can't proceed further also. Next 2 4 6. So for 6 you'll have 1 comma 5, 5 comma 1, and 2 comma 4, 4 comma 2. So let's suppose here again 3 comma 3 also. So beyond that we can't go. 5 comma 1 is already there, 4 comma 2 is also there. So this is like sum 6. Next sum 8. So what is sum 8 here? So I can't go 1 comma 7. Why? Because 7 will not be there. 6 is only maximum dice here. So then I'll go with 2 comma 6, 6 comma 2, and 3 comma 5, 5 comma 3. and we have 4 comma 4 also. Then after that we can't go 5 comma 3 and is already done. So even 4 comma 4 is also completed. So that's it, 8. So to get 8 here, 3, 5, 2, 6, 4, 4. Next, sum 10. So here sum 10 is what here? So 3 we can't go. Why? Because 3 means 7 you should have. So 2 we can't go, 2 comma 8, 8 will not have. So 4 comma 6 we can go and 6 comma 4 we can go. And even 5 comma 5 also. So 4 and 5 only 2, 3 we have. Next, sum 12. So if it is 12 you should have only 6 comma 6. Other than that we can't go further here. So altogether here how many ways? Why? Because 2 distinguishable dice are rolled at a time and we should have even sum. So means either sum 2 can come, either sum 4 or 6 or 8, 10 or 12. So any combination you can get. Means all the chances we have. That's why we are going to add it here. So this is first one is 2, one way, and this is 3, and this is 5 ways, 3, this is 5 ways, and here we have 3 ways and 1 way. So altogether here 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 1. So that is 3 plus 1 4, 4 plus 5 9, 9 plus 5 14, 14 plus 3 17, 17 plus 1 is equal to total 18 ways we have here. So 18 ways, 18 chances we are having to get in the even sum. So this is the answer for this B bit also. So next, let us see the next question here. If 2 indistinguishable dice are rolled. So just observe the difference between the previous question and this question. So here we have distinguishable in the fourth one. In the fifth one we have indistinguishable. Means, so if 2 dice are rolled, I can't distinguish here. Why? Because they are indistinguishable. Means they are same in color. If they are same in color, I can't distinguish that which one is getting 1 and 2 and which one is getting 2 and 1. So in this cases we can consider only 1 comma 2 and we can't consider 2 comma 1. So it cannot be repeated here. So that's why how many ways can we, the same question, and only the difference is there we have distinguishable, but here we have indistinguishable. So instead of getting 2 ordered pairs, here we'll get only 1 ordered pair. It will not repeat it. So first question is what here? Sum of 4. So sum of 4 means obviously you have 1 3 and 3 1, but 3 1 I can't say. So why? Because which one is 1, which one is 3, I can't distinguish here. So I can consider only 1 comma 3. And the other one is 2 comma 2. And to get a sum of 8. So to get a sum of 8, so here 2 comma 6 I can consider, but I can't consider 6 comma 2. So in the same way, 3 comma 5 I can consider, but I can't consider 5 comma 3. So as it is indistinguishable. And we have 4 comma 4 also. So altogether we have here 2 ways and here we have 3 ways. So then we have 2 plus 3 is equal to total 5 ways we have to get a sum of 4 or 8. So in the same way B bit we have. So here also same thing here. Sum of 2, 4, 8, 10, 12. So to get a sum of 2, so obviously only one will have 1 comma 1. And to get a sum of 4, so here we'll have 2 comma 2 and 1 comma 3. That's it. So and 8, 4 comma 4 will have, and 3 comma 5 will have, 2 comma 6 will have. That's it. So 10 means only 5 comma 5, and one more thing will have 4 comma 6 also. And here 6 comma 6 only will have. So altogether how many ways here? 1, 2, this is 3, this is 2, this is 1. So altogether here 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 is equal to. So 3 plus 3 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, 3 plus 3 6, 7, 8, 9. Total 9 ways we have here. So like this here we can say that to get a sum of an even sum, only an even sum here, we have chances 9 ways here. So this is like how you will be solving the problems on the sum rule here. The thing is here, the main thing you have to remember about sum rule is, so wherever you see in the question or, you have to understand that this is a sum rule. So, but what we have to remember for product rule, that we can understand in the next session here. So this is about sum rule here. So why? Because if one event is occurring in one way, another event is occurring in another way, and as we know that both the events are not occurring simultaneously, definitely we'll have the chances are more, but only one event can occur here. So that's why in that particular situation, you have to add it here. So this is about here today's session. So what we have discussed in this session is, first we have discussed what is elementary combinatorics, what are the applications of the elementary combinatorics, and we have also discussed basic counting principles, the two basic counting principles. Out of that we have discussed the first one, that is called sum rule. So in the next session we'll continue in the product rule of that concept. So thank you.